So 10% is about 13,400. So plus whatever 5% more of that is. So essentially, he's taking a good chunk of cash home every year. So that is pretty good. So as you can see here, $10,000 a year on-call compensation, $30,000 a year restricted stock units, $10,000 a year in on-call compensation. Essentially, when you're a software engineer at a big tech company, you have times where you're on call where like you may see that the site has gone down or certain features within like Google has gone down and your team needs to be on call where you need to fix the bug in the code or see what's going on. And you do get compensated for that. Essentially, you're on call. So that's like a doctor where you get to look at your phone late at night saying, all right, this went down. Your team is in charge of getting it back up. So it's pretty crazy. $30,000 in stock units. Big tech companies like Google, Meta, Apple, they'll give you about $30,000 a year in stock compensation, which means that you basically get, say, you get money vested throughout the year. So say you get $100,000 in initial offer, that is vested over 4 years. Some companies do 25, 25, 25. I think Google does a little bit differently where you get the majority of your compensation. I think it's like 33%, 33%, and then like the rest over the 3 or 4 year and get refresher. So essentially it's like you get like a little different breakdown when it comes to getting stock units within a big tech company. Jump back in.
I was probably one of the only people I knew who was interested in stocks and stuff like this at my age. But as time grew on, more and more of my friends started to get into it. Their parents started teaching them about it in high school, college. It was a little bit scary at the start, but I think I really grew for it to become a passion of mine.
Good for Ethan. Investing at a young age, man. Most people don't invest in a young age. Honestly, like if I could do it all over again, I would have just opened an S&P 500. Just got opened a brokerage account, bought some S&P 500 with whatever birthday money or whatever money I got from working jobs as like a high schooler or like early college. And just invest in the S&P. You have so much money if you could do that. Honestly, I wish I did that. But shout out to Ethan for investing at a young age. What? He's got 2 homes? So good for Ethan, man. I proud of that guy. Most people, you can't really buy a home, especially in high school or college, but essentially as soon as you start building up income, you can probably get and buy a home. You basically have to have a co-signer. So Ethan maybe had a co-signer help him out purchase that home. But at 22, having 2 homes is pretty impressive. So apparently, Ethan's family said we're gonna go to for the first 2 year college. You would pay for those school years. So shout out to Ethan, man. That's great on his family. School is very expensive, man. I went to UCLA, $200K for a master's, which is insane. But fortunately, I was able to work, pay that off, and get the ball rolling there. But shout out to Ethan having that first 2 years at college paid off. Essentially, like if he went to school in California, it's probably around 30, 40K a year, which is really expensive. So that helps a ton of parents help pay the first 2 years. So awesome for them, man.
If I was able to graduate college, my undergrad, in 2 years, this would allow me to stay within that budget and not take on any additional debt. So what
Homie is one of one graduating college in 2 years. It's insane. So if he went straight to 4 year university and graduated in 2 years, my boy's built different. Or maybe he did go to college at a junior college, like community college, graduated in 4 years, so 2 years in JC, 2 years at a 4 year university. But overall, 4 years graduating with probably an engineering degree is really impressive. Most engineers sometimes can take 4 or 5 years to graduate college because it's hard to get classes.
what I did was I meticulously planned every single semester, and doing so, I was
Okay, there we go. Cal Berkeley. So if anyone is curious, Cal Berkeley, Stanford, they are seen as the GOATs of engineering, GOATs greatest of all time. Essentially, big companies like Apple, Meta, Google, they recruit from Cal Berkeley as well as Stanford. I think the hot major there is EECS, electrical engineering, computer science. A lot of great engineers come from Cal Berkeley. This is like the number one UC when it comes to like engineering. UCLA, probably number one for sports, but when it comes to engineering, you gotta give your hat to Cal Berkeley.
able to graduate college in 2 years from UC Berkeley with my bachelor's degree in computer science. The biggest sacrifice I made was I was not really able to enjoy any of that traditional undergraduate experience. All in all, though, I would say that it was definitely worth it as it was able to put my financial.
See, that's the hard part, man. I was the same way too, where I got good grades in undergrad, and it was hard for me to enjoy undergrad experience because I was studying a lot. But I also did have a good time in the sense where, keep it 100, I probably barely slept. I was just going out with friends and then studying. Not the best and healthiest. At least Ethan probably gave up sleep and just studied and hung out with friends. So shout out to him, man. Cal Berkeley is very hard. I was thinking like being in big tech. I think Cal Berkeley attracts a certain type of student where they're just extremely smart, gifted. So, and Cal Berkeley is extremely hard to get into. So, UC Berkeley, man.
Goals ahead and really get me started on a journey towards financial independence. And I would make a sacrifice again any day.
Whoa, graduating at 19? Well, shout out Ethan, man. That is hard. Like, if you graduate at 19 years old, that's like pretty crazy because there's some people graduating college at like 22, 23, sometimes 24. Some people get into college at 19. So maybe even had some prerequisite units from going to college courses when he was in high school. But shoot, 19 is crazy. I'm pretty sure. I think I was like a freshman or sophomore at 19.
So I also ended up pursuing my master's degree because I felt that I had graduated college so soon and that I wanted to be able to really maximize my education and do the most that I could with my life. So I ended up doing my master's degree at Berkeley as well. And I did this.
Okay, guys, that is crazy. Masters at Berkeley and a undergrad. So that is not easy at all. Shout out to our boy Ethan. Like, I could no way have been able to do a master's and undergrad at being done around like 19, 20. That's insane, man.